False alarm! They're friendlies. We've been dealing with raids. A lot of bandits in this area.
It's been quiet for a few days.
What the hell are you doing here? I thought I'd find you in Jackson.
Been trying to bring the plant back to life.
We had it working before, but one of the turbines went south.
We have electricity, Joel. I had. We'll get it running again.
No way. You guys have horses.
We got a whole lot of them.
Hey, Tommy, give me a hand with this.
Sorry, I'll be right back.
So there's a little bit of history between me and Tommy. We haven't spoken in years, and apparently the last time we talked to Tommy, he basically said, go F yourself. And the last scene where we saw Tommy was when he held the line while we ran to the bridge when the military guy killed our daughter. So it's been a long time since we've seen Tommy. So he seems to be doing all right. He's Joel's younger brother. I don't know much about the relationship they had prior to the events of the game, so.
Of course.
He likes when you cut his ears. You ever ride one?
I actually have.
Ah, horses.
When have you ridden a horse?
Winston, this soldier back in the zone, he gave me lessons.
You know, if you want, we can take him riding later.
That'd be awesome.
There.
Hey, thanks, Tommy.
No sweat. All right, let's continue the tour.
Earl?
Yeah?
Why are you here? Weren't you supposed to head back this morning?
Still waiting on Hauser and the rest of the boys to relieve me.
You know, we'll be fine. Just go home to your family.
It's just a couple more hours. I'll tough it out.
All right, look, take it easy.
It seems like we're pretty clearly past the point where we view Ellie as cargo, and we basically view her as a person for us to take care of. And Joel seems a little bit less, well, I mean, a lot of it less cold in his reactions to her, like even when she's talking about riding a horse. Like, he seems genuinely interested in engaging with her now, so she's more than just cargo that's going to make him a lot of money.
Maria,
Yeah, go ahead.
we're in the control room. Steve's about to start it back up. You want to come check it out?
I'd rather eat with Ellie.
It's my turn anyway. I'll go.
I'll come with you. Go with Maria. Get some food in.
Joel?
Come on, Ellie. Let's give the boys some space. I'm sending Tommy over. Stand by.
Very, very significant moment there. Happens very quick. Joel says, let's split up. Which, for all we know, they ain't done in a long time. And we see Ellie's anxiety spike immediately. I think this is because Joel misjudges the level of attachment that Ellie has to him and makes the false assumption that because Tommy is Joel's brother and because Joel trusts him and his wife, that Ellie will too. But Ellie knows nothing about these people. And all she knows from anything Joel has ever told her is that they ended on bad terms. So Ellie's attachment in novelty and in distress is to Joel. And they're in a new place. And Joel has put distance between the two of them. Probably thinking it's no big deal. But if Ellie is a person that he's trying to take care of, he has to be mindful of that. Not that he necessarily can't split up with her, but he absolutely needs to say to her something along the lines of, hey, what do you need? Are you okay? Is there information you need? Do you want to come with me? What is it that you need from me? Because Joel is the pillar here, not Tommy. So it could also be that I could hypothesize that because Tommy is Joel's younger brother, there was probably some form of caretaking relationship he had with him. It may be also that now Joel is like sort of passively back into this, like, I got to make sure my little brother's okay. And so now he's splitting his caretaking. And because he's got more of a history with Tommy, he's like attending to that because it's new and he hasn't seen him. And he's not really thinking about Ellie. And Ellie, again, has the opportunity here to personalize that. He thinks that Maria is safe. And she probably is. But why? How do we know that? We just met her. And so did Ellie. And Ellie's never had a stable caregiver besides Joel. So Joel handing her off there is sort of like a strange situation for her. Which brings me to the third point that I want to make about this clip. One of the ways in childhood attachment that you can tell that a child is securely attached is when they are removed from the presence of their caregiver physically, they become distressed. They eventually regulate because they have sort of an internal image of their parent as being reliable, but their initial reaction to separation from the parent is distress. To this point, we have not seen that kind of stress from Ellie when they've been split apart. Ellie tends to take, up until this point, the perspective of, I got this. I'm good. I don't need you. I can hold my own. I'm a big girl. We see her become a lot more childlike there when presented with, okay, we're going to go our separate ways. Her anxiety spikes and she gets nervous and she becomes distressed. Possibly indicative of secure attachment forming to Joel as her caretaker. So there's so much in that little clip. In that one little response. We think these things as adults don't matter, but they do from a child's perspective. You know, she may be resilient as hell. She may have seen some shit, but it doesn't change the fact that she has a childlike role in relationship to Joel.
This will be the 6th time of them trying to get the turbines back online. We've been here just a week, and it feels like forever. I got something for you. Last year I went back to Texas, back home. Most of our stuff is long gone. Most of it. Here. It's a little faded, but it still looks pretty good.
I'm good.
You sure? I mean...
I've said I'm good.
Okay. I'll hold on to it for you.
Tommy, I need to talk to you. Privately.
Yeah, okay. Let me just check on my guys real quick. Come on.
Now, if you're thinking to yourself, wow, Joel, just take the picture. You ain't been paying attention to Joel. Makes complete sense why Joel rejects that picture. It's easy for us to say, hey, man, it's a picture of your daughter. Don't forget about her. But Joel has buried that. Has buried it. At this point, any sort of reminder of Sarah really does nothing more than make him vulnerable emotionally and therefore off his game from a survival standpoint. And Joel's had 20 years to learn that survival is what he has to pay attention to. This doesn't make him a bad parent. This doesn't make him a dick. This makes him somebody who has either completely stuffed it to a point that now he can survive, or has grieved it to a point where having that as a reminder is maybe just a little bit too difficult. It might also remind him of the separation that he had with Sarah in the form of her death. It may stir up some emotion that he's not paying attention to about the potential separation between him and Ellie, because you got to remember, we're here to hand Ellie off. Which also, I think, part of Ellie's reaction could be she's starting to sense that this is the place where she's supposed to be handed off and probably doesn't want to be. She doesn't quite understand yet what's supposed to happen here when she's handed off. So there's a lot going on there. You know, Tommy's just trying to help. Also, to some extent, you might make the argument that it's Tommy trying to take care of Joel, and Joel may not be interested in that because Joel's probably taking care of Tommy. Joel is always, as far as we've known him, Joel has been consistently anti-Tommy helping him. He wants to take care of Tommy. You got to take context into account when you think about things like grief. It's easy for us sitting where we are to think, man, that would be a really meaningful picture to have. And sure, maybe it would, but not necessarily here. Let's go see what we got in here. I mean, look at this. We're what, 10 minutes into the stream and we've already had that much stuff? I mean, that's how much is packed into this game. It's fabulous. And it just goes to show how important some of these little moments are. They may not seem like much. Granted, that picture of Sarah is absolutely a lot, but it may not seem like much, but the things that happen in the smallest ways in our interactions make a big difference. 1,759 miles? Good Lord. That's a long way to go. Yeah, they've definitely seen some shit, Scog, for sure.
I don't know what you heard, but you should see the town. We're over 20 families strong now. It was Maria and her father. They set up this place with the idea of being self-sustained. We got crops and livestock. Remember how we thought no one could live like this anymore? We're doing it.
What do you do for protection?
The adults take turns guarding the perimeter. We even got an electrified fence when the plants up.
You still got to deal with infected, though, right?
Who doesn't? But it's the world we live in.
Or maybe you don't have to be.
You sound like Marlene.
Joel passively teeing up. Hey, I've got a reason for bringing this girl here. But doesn't really want it. I think that little sentence there is way more for Joel than it is for Tommy. I think Joel has to psych himself up at this point for handing Ellie off. He's got to create the story in his mind and remind himself why he's doing this. He has to create physical and emotional distance between her because this is going to hurt him to give her away. So he's building up a story for himself about, hey, I got to let her go. What if this means we don't have to live like this anymore? We do this a lot. We try to filter stuff for ourselves through other people. Just be mindful of it if you do it.
Hey, buddy.
That's Buckley. Not much of a guard dog.
That's a good boy.
Maybe good to have around.
Pet the dog. You always got to pet the dog when you have the opportunity to pet the dog.
These two geniuses are gonna bring this plant back to life.
We think we got it this time. You don't believe us?
I didn't say that.
I'll bet you $1 million it works.
Sure. Make it 2.
We're almost ready. They just need to finish putting the shield back on.
No rush.
Let's do a little work on the guns here real quick.
There you are.
I don't really care much about El Diablo. Hunting rifle, reload speed, probably a useful upgrade. This more clip capacity, that's probably helpful. El Diablo, fire rate, reload speed.
Jesus, boy.
Go reload speed. Thank you for the 4 months, Juice. Hello to my favorite licensed family and couples therapist with a PhD in human development. Hello to my favorite stream captain. My favorite Juice. My favorite Tis. My favorite TV. Good to have you here, buddy. Thank you so much. How do you find stuff to upgrade your weapons? It's all the little gears that you pick up. Working hard or hardly working. Okay, shut the hell up. Smoke bombs upgraded. Hate reading those books. They're gross.
To the left. Watch it. Okay, that's good. Forward. Slowly.
Easy, fellas. Easy. You're good. You're good. You're good.
That's good. Tommy's here. Good to go.
Give me 1 second. Okay, good to go.
Oh, hell yeah.
Go ahead, hit it.
Here we go.
God damn.
Oh, hell yeah.
We did it, boys. Nice work, boys. Somebody get on the horn and give Maria the good news. You see that?
Pretty impressive. Looks like you're out $2 million bucks.
All right, Joe. Let's go talk.
Oh, this ought to be interesting. This is a talk that's been probably like what, 15 years in the making?
It's quite the crew you got here.
Hey, they're good men. There you are. This place gives them a second chance. Gives us all a second chance. So why'd you leave Boston?
I've been on quite the adventure, little brother.
I reckon it's got something to do with that girl.
It's got everything to do with that little girl.
Well, go on then.
She's immune.
Immune to what? Oh,
Seen
come
her,
on.
I know I've seen her breathe enough spores to take down a dozen men. And nothing. Now, I wouldn't have believed it neither. But I can show you.
All right. I'll bite. Why bring her here?
I was supposed to deliver to the Fireflies. The way I figure they're your boys. You finish the job, you collect the whole damn payment.
I haven't seen a Firefly in years.
You know where they are. Now, I'm not asking for much, Tommy. I just want some simple gear, enough to set me on my way.
What makes you think I'd do this for you?
This isn't for me, Tommy. This is for your damn cause.
My cause is my family now. You ain't talking about some walk in the park here.
Jesus, boy. Have Maria get some of your born-again friends to do it.
They
but
got families too.
Tommy, I need this.
You want some gear? Sure. But I ain't taking that girl off your hands.
This is how you gonna repay me, huh?
Repay you?
For all those goddamn years I took care of us.
Took care. That's what you call it? I got nothing but nightmares from those years.
You survived because of me.
It wasn't worth it.
I bring you the cure from mankind, and you wanna play the pissy little brother.
We ain't back in Boston. You lay your hands on me again, it won't end well for you.
The hell is that?
We're under attack. You still remember how to kill, right?
Yeah.
Ah, the old resentful martyr, which is a classic. I take care of you because taking care of people is my identity. Because I'm anxious when people aren't taken care of. And then when the time is right, I hold it over your head. I'm sure many people here have probably experienced a resentful martyr, perhaps in their family, perhaps a friend. The person who does everything for you and then expects something in return even though you haven't asked them to do the thing that they're doing. And it really is more about Joel here than it is about Tommy. Joel says, you survived because of me. And Tommy says, I wasn't worth it. And you see in that moment Joel lose his shit because Joel very much rallies his entire sense of self around survival and caretaking. And to hear that his caretaking isn't appreciated means he isn't appreciated. And he gets aggressive. So if you're a person who gets anxious when the people around you aren't taken care of and you go into overdrive to take care of them when they do not ask for it, you do not get to resent folks for that. That is a decision that you make. And in this case, that is a decision that Joel made to take care of Tommy. Tommy's a grown-ass man. So trying to pull that favor is a bit unfair. I tend to side a little bit with Tommy. I don't know you shit. You made that decision to do that. And I don't even know that I'm grateful for it because look at the shit I got to live in. I've heard that called favor sharking before. Yeah, that's a good way to do it. Neuro, I'm glad to hear that, man. Yeah, Bianca, you can do the will Dr. Mick die tonight prediction. We can throw that up there. He also framed it like he brought Ellie there for Tommy's cause, not Tess. You think his motivation shifted after Tess died, or is he bluffing? I think he's stuffing it. I think acknowledging that Tess died it's too hard for Joel because he sees it as a failure on his part. Joel does anything and everything he can to avoid the sense of failure and survivor's guilt that he has constructed for himself throughout the years. So making it about... Also, I think he's got to make it about Tommy's cause because he's trying to get Tommy to do this. And he knows Tommy well enough to know that Tommy's going to be hesitant to do it in the same way that he was hesitant to do it. He needs to give Tommy a reason. He's trying to pander to what he thinks matters to Tommy, but Tommy tells him right off the front, that's not what matters to me anymore, dude. We've had a lot of time go by. You don't really know me like you used to know me anymore. And if you're going to come in here and try and pull favors for something that doesn't even hit in terms of empathy and interest for me, I'm not going to do it. That's asking Tommy to be at significant risk. So I think it's more about Joel just also trying to mitigate his anxiety about this. I really think a lot of this is Joel trying to convince himself that it's okay to hand Ellie off. I don't think he wants to do it at this point. I think he's a little bit more invested than he'd like to admit, which makes him feel all the more vulnerable and exposed. There's also a good chance that he sees handing Ellie off as not taking good care of her. He's taking care of humanity. But at this point, what does he necessarily care about that? He cares about making sure Ellie's okay. And he's also got to make sure he can trust Tommy. Because if he's going to hand Ellie off, he doesn't want to hand her off to somebody he doesn't trust. Although he does say, have your boys do it. I just think that's his way of trying to distance himself from how hard it hurts to get rid of Ellie. We'll find out.
Shit! Bandit! Stop him! Don't let him into the building!
Don't let him into the building, he says, as they're already in the building. Shit! Oh, how did that not hit? You killed Tommy's engineers? Did I just blow that guy's ear off? There we go. Yeah, right? Firing shots around irreversible turbines. Not my favorite thing in the world. Oh, shit. That's going to be useful. Grab that. Holy shit. That sounds like a shotgun or something. Oh, shit. Oh, shit.
You guys see anything? We got him. Let's get to the bridge.
Bandit, the traps.
We're gonna come to you. Just stay...
They're here. Ellie, hide.
Maria.
We'll just...
Looks pretty complicated.
Yeah, Joel, this probably isn't the time to worry about the plant schematics, if I'm being honest with you, buddy. Ooh, an axe? Yes, sir. Shit. Thank God for armor-piercing rounds. Alright, that went okay. I don't want El Diablo. This thing takes way too long to reload. Give me the... Oh shit, that sucks too, actually.
God!
Shit. There more? I believe there's got to be more. Because usually somebody magically knows when we've killed everybody. Get everybody? Alright, looks like we might have gotten everybody. Give me that ammo. Hell yeah. Alright, let's keep moving. You planning on playing the second one? Yes.
Cover me.
What?
Get him!
Comma, thank you for the merch purchase. I appreciate that. Sorry I didn't see the notification. I still can't figure out why that's not showing up. Hi, Alex. Thank you for the 10 bits. Are you friendly? I'd like to think so, but I think other people in chat will tell you whether that's the case. Oh, there's Ellie. All right. All right, girls, you all right?
You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine.
Joel! Oh man, they were coming in from every direction. Then Maria was like, "We gotta run!" And so we dove over these tables, and this huge guy blasted with a shotgun.
Slow down. Listen, hey, are you hurt?
No.
God damn it. I need to talk to you.
Absolutely not. You tell him to go find somebody else.
Maria, I can't have this hanging over my head.
Do you have any idea how many men we lost here today?
What's that all about? Does that have anything to do with me?
Talk about it later.
Did he tell you where the lab is?
We'll talk about it later.
Later. Right.
One fuck up and then I turn into one of those widows, okay?
I have to do this. I don't know what else to say.
Fine.
Maria.
Here we go.
You. If anything at all happens to him, it's on you.
She's thankful, you know.
Yeah, I know.
I'll take that girl of yours to the Fireflies. You don't have to worry about it.
It's best this way.
Well, maybe some real good will come of this.
I need to talk to Ellie.
Say again, I didn't hear you. Joel!
What is it?
That girl of yours. She took one of our horses and rode off.
Damn it. Which way?
Come on.
You're gonna give me away? Tough shit. I'm gonna make you chase me.
I just saw her riding on out of here.
Go back inside. Help the others clean the place up.
Okay. Careful out there.
Okay, so a minor thing before we go right off on these horses. When Maria says to Joel, if anything happens to Tommy, it's on you. Bullshit! Tommy made that decision. He didn't have to. You don't get to triangulate Joel in this one. You want to be mad at your husband for making that decision, be mad at your husband. But going at Joel? No, 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 no. Your husband made that decision. He could have told me to F off. He didn't have to help. Hold people accountable who are actually accountable for the decisions they make. Don't make it about the person who showed up and, you know, had some sort of emotional influence on them or whatever. Ultimately, Tommy is making the decision to do this because he decided he's going to do this. Not because Joel showed up and asked him to. Tommy didn't have to say yes. I did not, Wolf. I got up and ran out of here so fast I forgot to do it.
There.
Yeah.
See the tracks?
Yeah, I don't know if it's just because Tommy didn't want to give Joel the satisfaction, you know, in saying like, yeah, I'll do it, or if he just needed to think about it, or saw us get raided, or whatever it is. I mean, who knows what it is?
She couldn't have gotten far. We'll find her. Don't worry.
Stubborn kid.
She usually pull these stunts.
Nothing like this. What's going on?
I do. I know what's going on. It's an attachment injury. Ellie's hurting. All of a sudden, the person who's been a reliable caretaker for you for God knows how long is handing you off to people you don't know for reasons you don't understand. And so you take it into your own hands. This is an act of defiance. It's also an act of, put your money where your mouth is. Why don't you come get me? You care so... It's basically the child version of, like, show me you care about me. So she runs off. She's running away. She's flexing some degree of autonomy. She doesn't want to go. She's too distressed. And now all of a sudden she's in this distressing, unknown situation. And the person that she wants to turn to for comfort and reliability and support is the person handing her off. It's like a breakup. It's painful. And a child doesn't know how to manage that cognitively. They know how to feel it emotionally. Only I could jump on the back of the horse, which I would never do and tell Joel that. But, yeah, alas, let's go find her.
Get him.
Also, I'd just like to put a reminder in chat. This is a spoiler-free run. So please do not say anything that even could possibly be construed as a spoiler. You will be timed out. This is a blind run. Well... couldn't have gone that way if she's on the horse. Perhaps this way. She's thinking the person that I've grown to care about and love and has supported me is giving me away, and I don't like that.
There. More tracks.
Come on, horsey.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
Oh, shit!
How many do you see?
Too goddamn many.
Oh, shoot.
Go around, I'll cover you.
Good Lord. Good throw, bud. You're real close. Jeez, I really hope Ellie made it through all of these guys throwing Molotov cocktails. Where the hell is this guy? Oh. Pretty sure there's another one. Here he is.
The fuck?
Shit. God damn it. Bitch. I like how the guys that throw Molotovs all wear the same thing no matter where they are in the United States. Come on, buddy.
That's all of them.
Okay. Get some health kits made here. All right, anything good in here? Got some arrows. All right, we should probably hurry. Where's Ellie? Where's my horse at? Horsey. Hey, YouTube, if you're watching me right now, thank you for watching me. I appreciate the support. And those of you that are here on Twitch, thank you for being here as well. If you're on YouTube and you want to watch me do this live, twitch.tv/Dr. Mick Live. You can catch me at 9:30 p.m. Pacific time every day except for Mondays. I appreciate y'all being here. Have you gotten the platinum for this? No. Boy, Ellie, in all that time, Ellie could have got real far.
Track speed going this way. Let's hope they didn't get to her.
This is the music that plays basically anytime we lose someone.
Look, by the ranch. That's our horse. She's got to be there. Area looks clear. Be careful.
Ellie?
Boy, the things that must be going through Joel's head here. I mean, I know he's kind of acting like he doesn't know what's going on, and consciously he probably doesn't. Probably doesn't have, like, you know, the understanding of why Ellie would be doing this, but he's getting to feel a little bit of the fear of what happens when she's gone. I don't know that Ellie's necessarily intelligent enough to think of this, but, like, one of the things that she's effectively doing here is showing Joel, when I'm not around, do you freak out about it? You're going to start thinking about my well-being. And you're going to learn that being separated from me means you get to be anxious because you don't know if I'm okay. And that very well could be what's going on in Joel's head. Oh, shit. Maybe handing her off is not as easy as I thought it is. And maybe the stories I'm telling myself about this are not quite as useful as I thought they would be to getting me callous enough that I can hand her off. Cool ass house. Jeez. Ellie. If I was Ellie and I was in this house, where would I be?
Ellie!
I'm up here.
Jesus Christ.
Okay.
There's that comic she's been reading.
Savage Starlight, 0 point. It's been 15 days since the travelers detected the uncloaked von Neumann. The attack killed most of the crew, and perhaps more importantly, it interrupted the reaction chain in the 0 point engine. At sublight speed, it would take 6,000 years to reach the travelers' homeworld. They're close, but not close enough. Hope seems all but lost for Daniela. Hello, Widgie. Good to see you, friend. Oh my God. Tyrone Sheedler? I didn't think we'd get a cameo from him. Alright, if this was real life, I'm pretty sure Joel would immediately run to go see Ellie. Because this is an RPG, I'm looting the house first. Alright, this looting section is not canon. Because if I'm Joel, I'm sprinting to Ellie. Basically being like, holy shit, thank God you're safe. Why would you do that to me? All right, let's see how this goes. Now, let's think of it. Let's tee this up a little bit, okay? Here's the context. We've been together for a long time. Joel has absolutely solidified himself as a caregiver for Ellie, something that Joel holds very near and dear to his heart. Very near and dear to his heart. It is so near and dear to his heart, in fact, that he is arguably built an entire sense of self around it. Ellie has formed an attachment to Joel. Arguably one that to this point has been secure because he's shown that he is reliable through all of the traumatic incidences and pain and adversity that they have faced. He has been by her side. She's had an opportunity to save him. He's had an opportunity to save her. He's gotten her this far. He is, for all intents and purposes, some form of parental figure for her. that parental figure is now about to say bye-bye and hand her off, which is immensely painful for a child. Because again, you know, Ellie's a kid. Ellie may even understand that her being the cure is important, but for a kid, the importance of your impact on humanity is not as important as feeling the warmth, safety, and security of your caretaker. So this being yanked from her, she's going to basically go into overdrive in terms of distance. Like Ellie probably, if she's not securely attached to Joel, probably skews towards dismissive, meaning that she is going to become pushed towards self-reliance rather than clinging. Like, notice how she knows that he's about to hand her off and she runs away. It's a very, like, concrete example of pushing for emotional distance and taking care of oneself in response to an attachment injury. Instead, she could have clinged to Joel. She could have said, "No, please don't let me go. Please don't." Gotten closer, gotten more clingy as they got closer, and she didn't do that. Suggests, again, some form of avoidant attachment since it's childhood. I don't want to go say dismissive yet. It's avoidant. So now we're about to have this conversation where we have to make a decision. Do we take into account the reality of the situation, which is that Ellie is potentially the cure of this disease that has completely destroyed the planet and humanity as we know it? Or do we fall slave to our emotional bonds to each other? And Joel would do well to know that when he walks into this room, he's going to be pulled in a direction he probably doesn't think. He probably thinks he has the cognitive override for this. My hypothesis would be that he probably doesn't. So I just want to tee this up because this is huge, right? Like, as soon as I walk into this shows Ellie that I care enough about her to chase after her. And so it reinforces for her, Joel's going to take care of me. He's going to do that. Joel cares about me. And she's probably going to try to make it about that. And because that's too painful for Joel, because he just saw a picture of his daughter, my hypothesis would be that he's not going to allow himself to indulge that. He's going to put distance by making this an intellectual exercise. That's my hypothesis going into this door. Let's see what happens.
Is this really all they had to worry about? Boys, movies, deciding which shirt goes with which skirt. It's bizarre.
Get up. We're leaving. Come on.
And if I say no?
Do you even realize what your life means? Huh? Running off like that, putting yourself at risk? It's pretty goddamn stupid.
Well, I guess we're both disappointed with each other then.
What do you want from me?
Admit that you wanted to get rid of me the whole time.
Tommy knows this area
Oh,
better
fuck
than...
that.
Well, I'm sorry. I trust him better than I trust myself.
Stop with the bullshit. What are you so afraid of? That I'm gonna end up like Sam? I can't get infected. I can take care of myself.
How many close calls have we had?
Well, we seem to be doing all right so far.
And now you'll be doing even better with Tommy.
Not her, you know.
What?
Maria told me about Sarah.
Ellie?
And
You are treading on some mighty thin ice here.
I'm sorry about your daughter, Joel. But I have lost people too.
You have no idea what loss is.
Everyone I have cared for has either died or left me. Everyone fucking except for you. So don't tell me that I would be safer with someone else, because the truth is I would just be more scared.
You're right. You're not my daughter. And I sure as hell ain't your dad. And we are going our separate ways.
Get it together. We're not alone.
I got two walking in.
There's more inside already.
Check out this.
It's too hard. It's too hard for Joel to go there. You see all of Joel's sense of failure and survivor's guilt come out in that scene. Truth of the matter is, Ellie's right. He probably does see her as his daughter, which is why he's so desperately afraid of failing her. To the point that he's twisted himself into cognitive knots thinking, you're safer with Tommy. He's trying to act like passing her off to Tommy is a form of caregiving. And it's not because he thinks Tommy's going to do a better job. It's because he's failed before. It's because he sees his daughter in Ellie. It's because he held his daughter in his arms when she died. And for so many parents, if you're in a moment like that, you perceive that as a failure. And the idea that Joel would go through that not once, but possibly twice is unbearable to him. If he hands her off to Tommy, he can tell himself that she was better off for it. And if something happens to her, he can blame Tommy instead of himself. He preserves his sense of self by trying to hand her off to Tommy. When he says to Ellie, you don't know what loss is, we might look at that and say, wow, what a dick move. Any ounce of empathy he could have for her is going to connect him to her in that moment. Everything he's doing is a desperate attempt to override the sense of connection he feels to her. And when she has the cojones to say to him what she says to him and facilitate more of that connection, like, it scrambles him. She says quite literally the thing that Joel needs to hear to validate his sense of self. You're the only person that I could rely on. That is music to Joel's caregiving ears, but it's also intensely vulnerable because he associates that role with failure. He's having a hard time seeing the successes because his entire world and idea of what it is to be a caretaker was shattered the day that he held Sarah in his arms. So we see Ellie try to close the gap and we see Joel push away as an attempt to create distance. And I don't think that Joel is a dick for it. Is it an ideal way to respond? No, but it's true. Ellie's not his daughter. She's somebody that's been entrusted to him. The best part of this game is the tension between the connection we experience and witness between the characters and the fact that that connection is the antithesis to them surviving. People do this all the time. This is what happens to some extent. In some ways, it's sort of cliche, but it's also, there's some truth to it. This is why, to some extent, burying your emotional experience instead of attending to it and allowing space for it as things happen creates problems later on. This has nothing to do with Ellie. This has everything to do with Joel's sense of self. All Ellie wants is somebody to take care of her. Joel is the guy that can do it, but Joel is up in his head about it for good reason. He hasn't had anybody to process it with. He probably hasn't trusted anybody to process it with. At the same time, I think there's a little piece of trust there, a little piece, a little connection between Joel and Ellie when Joel says, you're right, you're not my daughter and I'm not your dad. That's an acknowledgement of Sarah. And really, up until this point, we have never seen Joel acknowledge Sarah, even to Tommy. He just says, I'm good. He doesn't even acknowledge. He looks at the picture, but he doesn't acknowledge Sarah. That's the first time we've seen him acknowledge Sarah when he's talking to Ellie. So there's something there, and he is ultimate dissonance going on for Joel, and he's doing everything he can to mitigate that aversive arousal. We all do it. But we have to see this in context. Now we got people raiding the house that we got to kill. We got to shut that shit off, and we got to survive now. It's jarring.
Oh, shit!
Hang back.
Dead asshole!
If you enjoy these breakdowns, I encourage you to check me out on TikTok because we compile all of the breakdowns there. If you have not seen any of the prior playthroughs of this and are interested in catching up and seeing these moments as they've happened in real time, I encourage you to follow me on YouTube. Thanks for being here, friends.
All right. House is clear.
Let's get back to the horses.
Now maybe the worst thing that Joel could do here. And this is a tip to anybody who's ever been in the position of caregiver who's making a decision that's going to harm the person that you're taking care of emotionally, would be for Joel to check in with her. If Joel was to say to her, hey, you okay? And try to take care of her emotional experience, even though he's the one that's hurting her, terrible idea. Because you are sending possibly the worst mixed message. You know in your heart that all Ellie wants is for you to take care of her. And you're telling her, yeah, I'll take care of you until I inevitably hand you off. After everything I just said. Would be a terrible idea. So Joel staying silent here and being cold, if he's going to go through with this and hand her off, that's what he has to do. That is in her best interest for Joel to stay quiet and be cold and create that separation. If he knows in his heart of hearts that's what he's going to do, and that's what we're here to do. And Joel's a man of conviction.
We're clear.
You want a hand up?
I got it.
There she is. Kids will be watching movies tonight.
Where is this lab of theirs?
It's all the way out, University of Eastern Colorado.
Go Bighorns. Ellie, get off your horse. Give it on back to Tommy. I'm gonna hang on to this fella, if that's all right with you. Go on, don't make me repeat myself.
What are you doing?
Your wife kind of scares me. I don't want her coming after me.
Sorry for stealing your horse.
Look, come back to town. Let's discuss it at least.
You know me, my mind's all made up. University, Eastern Colorado. How do I find this lab?
It's in the science building. Looks like a giant mirror. You can't miss it.
You take care of that wife of yours.
There's a place for you here. You know?
You good?
I'm good.
Adios, little brother.
That scene's never made me cry before, but man, it's close. Whew. This is the first time I've really played this since being a therapist. So like, wow. That's a pretty big, I mean, obviously it's a big moment. I'm speaking the obvious here, but Joel was never going to get there on his own. He was never going to get there on his own. He was going to need to be pushed. And he was going to need to be pushed by somebody who is just similar enough to the core piece of vulnerability that he carries to make him fight through it mentally. And Ellie's that person. And I think at this point, because Joel is such a caregiver to her, when Ellie said, "Nobody's ever left my side, you're the person that's always protected me and been reliable," that's something that I bet you Joel wishes that he could have heard Sarah say. I'm sure he probably has had dreams of Sarah being alive and saying something like that. I think that hit him as like a, not a reparative stroke, but reparative enough that he can't help but be self-reflective here. I think at this moment, she literally has now turned from cargo to person I need to take care of. Person who allows me to access a part of myself that I idealize, i.e. successful caregiver. Here it is for me, and I'm going to take it. Now, I'm going to be a little bit of the devil's advocate here, because I'm going to remind us all of the tension between connection and survivability. The farther Joel and Ellie get entrenched in their relationship, in my mind, the harder it is to follow through on our mission. Because remember, the point of this is to cure humanity. We don't know what that means. We don't know what that entails. But we're on a mission here, and it may make things harder. So from a get the job done standpoint, handing Ellie off might have been the better option. I don't know that to be true or not, but we now we've gotten what we wanted. We've gotten what we wanted. Joel is warmed up. Joel's bringing Ellie. Joel's doing this himself. We got a real connection that's now bona fide. But is that in our best interest? Cognitive dissonance at its finest. Joe Kim, thanks for the 21 months, big dog. Appreciate it. Love you, buddy.
Give the ball to the other team?
Right, it's called turnover.
And if you clear the 10 yards, then you're back at first down?
First down, that's right.
Man, it's confusing.
You just gotta play it a couple times. It all makes sense.
Here we are. University of Eastern Colorado. Go Bighorns. I'm pretty sure, I can't recall a moment up until this point where we have seen Joel and Ellie make physical contact. And I know that she's riding the horse and needs to hold on to something, but this is a very, like, intimate moment. I mean, Joel could have told Ellie, just take the other horse, but he didn't. So now we went from complete distance physically to about as close as you could possibly be. And I don't think that's by accident. We are now seeing Joel and Ellie become more comfortable with a sense of closeness to each other.
Okay. None of these buildings look like a mirror to me.
Well, we'll head to Central Grounds. Should be able to see most of the campus from there.
I just kind of want to like explore and look at this area. Beautiful.
Stay, Callus. What kind of name is Callus, anyways?
Not my fault you forgot to ask Tommy his name.
Callus. Well, scoot.
Did you hear that? Did you hear what Joel just said? Do you remember a time back in part 1 when Joel said that? He says, go on, scoot, which he said to Sarah on the couch. The beautiful touch by Naughty Dog. Absolutely beautiful touch. I love it.
I'll stay with Callus.
I hate that name.
It's almost as if you're becoming less callous, Joel. A flamethrower? You just love enjoying pointing out the little details that will pull on our heartstrings. I mean, you gotta notice that stuff. It's huge. It's huge. Man, there's a lot of good stuff in here. And I think one of the cool things, why I give Naughty Dog a lot of credit for that line there, is because I think that that's a way to, even if you don't remember that specific moment from the beginning of the game, it panders to your subconscious. It sounds familiar. It's directive, but it's playful. It's a very, like, you know, father to his daughter kind of line, and it subconsciously draws us into their relationship. Like, there's psychological gamesmanship that happens between developer and player when this happens as well. So whoever thought to do that, whether they did it intentionally or not, well done. Flamethrower, reload speed. How often am I going to find flamethrower ammo?
This'll hold.
That backpack's got to be so heavy. Holy crap. Just let me just strap this makeshift flamethrower on here. There we go.
There was a lookout here.
Sniper's Nest log. 8:29, nothing. Didn't they say people were coming? What's the point of being out here if nothing happens? September 1st, still nothing. Mark, quit your bitching. Plenty of time to head up here working guard duty on the science lab. That's the true misery. September 14th, 5 new recruits from Chicago QZ. Finally. One of them gave me a pack of smokes for doing a good job. Sweet. October 5th, 6 guys from HQ. Takes 6 guys to deliver 1 truck? Must be worse out there than I remember. By the way, snagged 2 apples from one of the crates. Left you one. Enjoy. October 31st, 10 million werewolves. Let them in just for you, Andrea. Happy Halloween. November 15th, Recon went to scavenge supplies from town. Recon returned. Roger yelled at me for sleeping. Prick. December 20th, biologist from San Francisco. 3 new recruits as escorts. Guy's a real asshole. Watch out for him. At least they wished me a Merry Christmas. Didn't feel like telling them I was Jewish. February 22nd, 10 crates from the UT hospital. A lot of lab stuff. A lot more mouths to feed with all these scientists. 4 veterans wrangling supplies out. March 4th. 2 veterans who left back in February. Holy shit, we got chicken. You better call me over as soon as they serve dinner. Supply dump from Dallas QZ. April 21st. 12 veterans to Boston QZ. Out. Wished them luck. June 12th. 3 doctors out. No idea why they left. John said something about scouting, but for what? 2 recruits out. August 20th. 4 10-ton trucks and a flatbed. 1 personal carrier truck. 2 veteran drivers. How blonde guy was giving me eyes. New blonde guy was giving me eyes. I hope he sticks around. By the way, what's with all the commotion? Is anybody going to tell us what's going on? I know, Devil. I like to read the handwriting. More fun for me. Ellie's on the horse downstairs. I think she'd probably call out if she was in trouble, so I'm not too worried about it. Also, we've solidified at this point that I've got Ellie's back. Like, yeah, I mean...
These places, people would live here and just study, even though they were all grown up?
Yeah, study, party, and find themselves. Figure out what they wanted to do with their lives.
What they wanted to do.
Come on, horse. There we go. Good boy. Up the stairs.
Ooh, it's getting chilly.
It's that time of year.
Beautiful time of year. Hey.
Over there. Is that it?
It does look like a giant mirror.
Deadpool, thank you for the 11 months. I appreciate that very much, friend. Thank you for all the support. Thank you all for being here. Whether you are here live, whether you're watching the VOD on Twitch or YouTube, I appreciate your support of what I do. If you think this is a really cool concept and you think more people would benefit from watching it, please share my stuff. Show it to people on YouTube. Share it on Twitter. Share it on TikTok. Tell people about this channel so we can have more cool people learn awesome stuff from what I do.
How many people you think are there? Fireflies, I mean.
I reckon it takes quite a crew to run that operation.
You think there'll be other people my age?
I'm not sure.
Brett, thank you very much for the 8 months. If it weren't for my horse, I wouldn't have spent that year in college. Where on your top games is this ranked? I don't know. It's way up there.
Whoa.
Sounds like runners.
Stay with the horse. I'll get you over there. Yes, I don't want him running off. I'll be right back.
Smart move, Joel. Telling her that you'll be right back. Also, again, at this point now, we can see that there's trust, right? Like, there's not a fear that, like, Joel's gonna run off or that Ellie's gonna run off. It's, let me take care of this. Give her a role. Tell her something to do so that she has a role in this, and that's it.
Looks like someone jerry-rigged this thing.
We had to rig up the door to the generator upstairs. Please use it sparingly as we're running out of gas. Yeah, I agree, Widgie. I also never quite understand the point. Great game. I love it. I'm enjoying analyzing it. I've been wanting to play this on stream for a long time. Never really thought of a reason to do it, and the stream format now has given me a really good opportunity to play this game in the way that I think is meaningful, which is pretty awesome. Okie dokie. Well, this is fun. Yes, I am, Orc. Boy, these people are miserable, man. Son of a bitch! Come on! Oh, this is gonna suck. Joel, run.
And that's that.
Ooh, boy. Not how I wanted to do it, but that'll work. I mean, it's been years since I had barbecue, so you do what you can, right? Some charred pork. Ellie won't know the difference, right? I'm just kidding. Just kidding. I'm not gonna feed runner meat to Ellie. I'm not gonna do that. Easy, chat. Barbecue sauce covers anything up. I'm gonna turn the generator on in a second, but You know, bad things seem to happen whenever I turn generators on, so we're gonna loot really quick and then we're gonna turn it on. Because that seems like the logical thing to do.
Hey, I was thinking I would have wanted to be an astronaut.
That a fact?
Yeah. Can you imagine being up there all by yourself? Would have been cool. I'm just saying.
Kind of cool that she even knows what an astronaut is. Or where she would have learned that. Oh, comic books. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah. Thank God there was gas in this. Let's open this baby up.
What about you? What do you want to be?
Well, when I was a kid, I used to want to be a singer.
Shut up.
I'm serious.
Sing something.
No.
Come on, I won't laugh.
I don't think so.
Joel, please.
Let's not push it, Ellie. Get him. Let's check out Philip F. Hall.
I'll be right back.
I'll be here.
He's a lot more open to those questions, though. I mean, at this point, the floodgates open.
Go back.
Right? Like, what does Joel have to hold back now? Other than probably talking about Sarah. I would guess there's probably not a ton off limits at this point. Now, Ellie, be careful with your hand near that flamethrower. Yeah, right?
Aw, are those monkeys?
Yeah, a whole mess of them.
The hell? Why are there monkeys?
That was kind of awesome.
First time seeing a monkey?
First time seeing a monkey.
Cool, now we get to have novel experiences together. Which breeds connection, by the way. When you share a nice novel experience with a person, whether it's a significant other, or whether it's with a child, whatever it may be, that breeds a sense of closeness and intimacy. Sometimes to a point that it can be intense, which is why sometimes on first dates, people like to go somewhere that's familiar instead of somewhere new. Going somewhere new with somebody you don't know is intensely vulnerable and has a higher capacity for connection and is potentially more risky if you've got adverse experiences in your past. Just a fun fact. You go check this building out. Get some nice downtime here. Nothing. Okie dokie. Looks like somebody was holed up here. Health kit upgraded. Health kits are now 67% stronger. A very specific amount. Got some nice El Diablo ammo. In loving memory. Oh, a memorial wall. Damn. Apparently, a lot of game devs died in the making of this game. No, my hypothesis is that some of those pictures are game devs. That's what I'd do. I mean, it's a joke. I'm not saying actual game devs died in the making of this game. I'm saying they died in this game if they are the people in those pictures. Come on, I'm just messing with you guys.
Hey, look. Fireflies.
It is a sad state of affairs in the gaming world to think that that actually could be true, but it's photos of all the people who applied to vacation time during the push for release. Oh, that shouldn't be funny.
Have you seen someone by now?
Maybe these guys like to keep a low profile.
Yeah, maybe.
Keep a low profile.
Joel, look.
What? Another place for us to go. Let me just make sure no stone unturned, you know? Think we're good. Don't mind me.
All right, let's try that gate.
Disconnect generator when not on duty.
There it is.
Ellie, I don't think you can lift that
This
gate.
won't budge.
No kidding. It's almost as if we should walk through this hole right here.
Watch yourself.
You too.
Look at us looking out for each other. Alright, got health and weapon sway done. UEC campus map. Cool. I like the stuff I can read, you know? Alright, I ain't messing around with this. I don't know if there's anything up in here, but your boy's not about to get charged. Donate blood now. Lost Bike. Club Dread Reggae Night. Every Friday, 9 p.m. Oh, baby. Free entry? Apartment for rent. The 3D visual effects tutorial. Calling all anime and manga enthusiasts. The Otaku Festival on February 21st. Who's in? Room 201. Apparently we're in a dorm. Oh, wow. Good old... Oh, what do they call these? I luckily didn't have to stay in one of these when I was in college. Where you have like the shared bathroom between two rooms. Oh, God. Student's journal. Here we go. Give me the juice. 9 goddamn months of waiting and still nothing. No word from anyone. Found some additional cans of food in the dining commons, but they won't last. Had an incident at the Eastern Hall barricade, but everything's still secure. January 31st. I caught a glimpse of those things running around. I saw one that looked like Heather. Maybe it was Heather. Fuck. February 10th. Since batteries are running short, they're now only listening to their radio once a night. I gave up on that since the last broadcast. It's been there fucking months. Why do they bother? Oh, it's been 3 fucking months. Why do they bother? February 25th. Cheryl was smoking out yesterday. Said she needed it and got pissed when I threw out her stash. She doesn't get it. We need to keep a clean head here. Someone's going to have to go into town and get more supplies. It's probably going to be me. Damn.
Wonder how long you held out.
Oh, I've got a pretty good imagination, Devil. I can imagine that. I knew people who had to do that, but luckily I didn't have to. Jack and Jill bathroom. Yeah, there was like some like actual official term for it. I don't know. Whatever. Jack and Jill I've heard before for sure. Room 203. What do you got for me? God, look at these amazing details. Kitchen. What does that say? Kingdom in the kitchen. Sounds like a fun read.
Damn it, spores.
Oh. Hi, Chihuahua. Ooh, but we got a nice bat with some nails in it. I like that. Spores. So good. Okay. Well, this is fun. Sweet style. Thank you. That's it. Oh, ye clickers. Why did I have to jump down here? Oh, to turn on the generator. Oh, this is fun. I'd rather play foosball. I hear... Y'all hear that? I hear some real deep groans. Yo, what's up? Hey, come on over here. Come on. I'ma shank you. I'ma do it. I'ma shank you. I'ma shank you. I told you. Told you I was gonna do that. All these poor college students. No pun intended. You're freeing them of their student loan debt. I am. That or, Widgie, if they were not smart about it, I am burdening their living spouses in other safe zones with their student loans. Perhaps it was actually quite utilitarian to have them be walking around as clickers, being delinquent on their student loans, and now their poor spouses have to pay it because the loans discharge over to the spouses. Why you shouldn't combine your student loans with your spouse. At least that's the advice that I was given. This is how we escape Sally Mae, friends. Turn into a clicker or pay your loans. Dude, whatever that is that's making that noise, I'm not into it. Not really feeling it. Could do without it even. Yeesh. It's getting louder. Okay. He got spored in the latrine. Well, we're gonna. Okay. We're gonna torch him and run. He doesn't know where I am. Idiot. That was the way to do it there. Bitch. I love the smell of burnt spore. Kids game. Yeah, absolutely. Child's play. Bloater's nothing but a bitch. Go ahead and reload this though. Come on. Come on.
That should hold.
I sure hope so. Not that it matters, Joel. We killed literally everybody that was in there. So I don't, unless they plan on coming back to life trying to open up that door, I think we're good. Easy peasy. That should hold. Blocking the escape, I know I cleared. You can never be too safe. We've left Ellie alone for a little longer than I'd like, though. But gotta get these sweet supplies. Plus, we just got to enjoy the world building, you know? Naughty Dog ain't messing around with their art direction.
More infected. I'm fine.
Here, come up on the gate.
should probably pull the generator first. Oh, do I gotta actually hook this thing up? Thank God it's on a cart. Wish I could get better like this at this like Ellie. She can do this in one pull. Still takes me 3. Weak sauce, Joel.
All right, let's try the gate.
She did it!
Yeah, come on through.
Love the way that gate opens.
Scoot.
Gooch.
Those clickers. Think they were fireflies?
No. No, I don't think so.
Why would they have infected so close to the lab?
Well, Bill used them as a form of defense. Maybe they're doing the same.
Yeah, I could see that.
Any reading materials over here? Anything good? No? Yeah, didn't turn off the generator. Well, whatever. We don't care. I got what I needed.
No guards. No nothing.
Yeah, I'd expect to see someone by now. Let's get inside.
This is a little suspect. I'm not keen on the nobody being here. I am keen on supplies here in these little military-esque
You ever
looking
been to one of
tents.
these?
What, university?
Yeah.
No, not as a student, at least.
Why not?
I had Sarah when I was pretty young.
Were you married?
For a while.
What happened?
Okay,
Too much?
too much.
Whoa. So he literally just said Sarah's name. We haven't heard him say Sarah's name. Jeez. Okay. So he's all in. Also, probably aside from the fact that he just said his daughter's name, I think process-wise and interactionally, one of the things that's worth note here is when Joel set a boundary with her, instead of it being big, aggressive, and harsh, it was very soft. He set the boundary, it was soft. Ellie read it, knows Joel well enough to be able to understand that she pushed a boundary, and it became a reasonable exchange instead of being something that was threatening in some way. And my hypothesis about that would be that because this relationship is going well, because Joel is doing a good job taking care of Ellie, it's healing maybe a little bit of that narrative he's got from himself about I'm a failure at this. And as a result, it's allowing him to uncork some of this a little bit on his terms with somebody he now trusts. Because as much as we're taking care of Ellie, she's taking care of us as well. That's huge that he says his daughter's name there. Wow. And honestly, that was unprompted self-disclosure. That was not Ellie prying. Joel let that come out. He was forthcoming about that. And if he's going to let some of this stuff out, if he's going to pay attention to the fact that he's got some repressed stuff here, he's going to need Ellie to be safe. Because he doesn't really have an internalized caregiver that we know of. It'll be interesting to see how that vulnerability is more embraced by him or potentially makes him... Like, we might see him seesaw back and forth here a little bit. But, damn. I still contend that Ellie's confirmation that he's doing a good job as a caregiver is the biggest turning point for him. She says, "You haven't left me. You're not letting me down." He needs to hear that. We got lots of good supplies to grab here.
We better.
Yeah, we better. Is right. So, okay, a little bit of a weird question here, but chat, how many times in your lives have you seen this many oil drums? Like, we see oil drums all the time in video games, but in real life, I don't ever see oil drums laying around. Yet they are freaking everywhere in this game. Like, I don't know. It's just like there's such a commonly used prop, and I never see them. And drums, oil drums specifically, not often. Drums containing God knows what, relatively often. I just haven't seen them. We've had empty 44 gallons for the horses, but never ones with actual oil, right? Like, I don't know. I mean, I guess in a survival instance like this, it would be a good way to transport like liquid and stuff, but it just kind of cracks me up in video games when like drums are just everywhere, right? Like the red ones explode. Kegs if they were at a college. Yeah, I guess that's a good point. Annabelle, we left Tommy at his settlement.
Hey, what about over there?
Yeah, that looks like a way in.
Don't forget, emergency supplies are often transported in drums as well. There we go. You ever go to docks? Yeah, see, I don't go to docks very often. Some game developer tried to experiment with making explosive barrels green. Yeah, I just don't know how that would work at this point. There we go. Hell yeah.
All right, not what I had in mind, but it'll do.
I was angry at the unrealistic bag I looted that it had a first aid kit, multi-tool, and duct tape until I remembered I literally carry those all the time. There you go. How light is that dumpster? Light enough that I can push it, but heavy enough to break open that gate that's chained shut.
All right, we're inside. Come on, kiddo, give me your hand. There you go.
Thanks. Let's look around.
Did you catch that, chat? Terms of endearment now.
Hello? Where are they?
Where are they is right, man. That makes sense, Devil. Makes sense. Hey. I'd like to call this meeting to order. This is a science lab. All right. Got a little eye washer thing.
Yoo-hoo!
Ellie.
Guys! Care for mankind over here. Anyone?
Let's keep it down until we figure out what's going on.
Yeah, let's maybe not yell. Like, what are we doing?
Nothing useful.
Ain't nothing here but a bunch of medical mumbo-jumbo.
I don't get it.
Looks like they all just packed up and left in a hurry.
Maybe not all of them.
Stay close.
Oh. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. Ellie, what did I say about staying close? Jesus, you're all over my ass when I don't want you to be, and then you are far away when I tell you to be close. Thank you. Okay, guess you're taking the lead here.
There are no bodies. That's good, right?
We found out where they went.
Skyrim. That was the game with the annoying companions. Thank God. Okay, I could not think of what game had the frustratingly annoying companions, and it was Skyrim. That's right. God. Always in my way.
We lost 2 more guards to infected attacks. They're about to go have another goddamn meeting about the safety of this lab. All of our equipment is here. All of our data is here. All the personnel have gotten used to living here. I'm gonna run another test. Otherwise, this incompetence will drive me insane.
I'm sworn to carry your stream burdens. Thank you, Siora the Lydia. I appreciate that very much, my friend. All right. All right. Probably need to make another shiv, huh? Another med kit. Who knows? Maybe we run into another bloater. Okay, there's obviously somebody here. I mean, we heard them shuffling around. Why is this... Whoever this is must be being evasive, and I don't like that. We're going full careful mode here. What's the dealio here? Oh, I'm prepared for the worst, Luna. I'm prepared for the worst. I mean, I feel like you gotta be here. This is like... This would be really intense. Like, there's supposed to be a ton of people here, and there's literally none of them. We hear something rattling around. I have no idea what that is. I just saw a bloater in the dorm room, so it's completely plausible that there could be, like, a bloater or some shit in here.
So it's probably clickers, right?
No, clickers don't hide.
Why did that light fall down? like this. What is this, fucking Jumanji?
At least it ain't clickers.
Yeah. No fireflies either. Well, maybe in all that research, they turned into fucking monkeys.
Just keep searching, we'll find something.
Are there native monkeys in Colorado? Or do they just like get out of the Denver Zoo? Does Denver even have a zoo? We'll ponder that while we listen to this.
That's 4 pallets of lab equipment all packed up and ready to go. Now, big question is, what do we do with all you guys? They say the tainted batch needs to be put down. You know what I say? I say screw that. Who made a bigger sacrifice than you, right? Anyone deserves to run free out there. Hey, easy! Shit. Oh no. It bit me. Oh my god.
Oh man. Oh god. They're test monkeys. That would
We
be.
didn't mess with them monkeys.
He didn't say where they went.
I know, let's just keep looking.
Oh my god. So I think many people, I mean, I know me, I can think of no greater horror than knowing that something has happened that is going to lead to your death. Like, I don't know. I always thought that that would be really interesting research to do, but I don't quite know how exactly you would do it other than to be able to find some population of people who had a moment where they knew that they were going to die. And, like, what that does to the psyche. A lot of like what I do know is that for some it's a profound and radical acceptance, but there's horror that's first associated with it to realize what's happening. Like, it's just I mean, what a stressful way to go. To know that you just got bit and you know what that means. Oh my god. God, there's gotta.
Yeah, no shit.
I'm dead. Or I will be soon. Got me some time to reflect. Been years that felt like we were... Fucking thing was a giant waste of time. I'm not gonna do this anymore.
Come on.
Looking for the others. They've all returned to St. Mary's Hospital in Salt Lake City. You'll find them there. Still trying to save the world. Good luck with that.
Do you know where that is?
I know the city.
Is it far?
It ain't close. I mean, on horseback.
What? Fireflies?
Get down!
Oh!
Great!
Who the fuck are these guys?
It don't matter. We know where to go. Now let's get the hell out of here.
The implication would be that that guy shot himself. Oh boy. Who the hell would have followed us here? Now I gotta retrace my steps all the way out. Only this time with... Oh, Jesus! Oh my god. That guy came in hot. Probably coming from the side here. Come on. Come on. I just got shot with a revolver and he's just like, all right, let me run away. Really? Oh, whatever that guy's eating. Oh, shit! Where the hell did he come from? Holy crap! Shit. Yeah, you asshole. I don't know who you are. I don't know why you're here. They're not really in military gear. What am I doing? Why would I go after this guy? Let's just get out of here.
There's more behind you.
Jeez. Oh.
Holy.
Oh, God. Oh.
Holy shit.
It was close. Managed to kill that guy. A hell of a shot. Oh, shit. Whoa! Alright, we're low on bullets.
You asshole!
Holy shit. No! 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 Ah! Oh! Oh! Oh my God.
What do you want me to do? What?
Oh my God. Pay out the blues. Oops.
Oh man. Joel?
I'm gonna need you to pull.
Okay. Alright, you ready? 1, 2, 3.
Oh. Let's get to the damn horse.
Okay.
Oh shit.
I don't see anyone. Let's go.
I went for the headshot and died.
Joel? How we doing?
Oh my God.
I'm fine.
Can you handle the window?
Yeah.
Come on, move!
Oh.
We gotta get you out of here.
I'm okay.
No, you're not.
You're not okay, Joel. Now, come on.
Good for you, Ellie. I mean, this is how...
Move it.
Now, you might be saying to yourself, wow, really, Joel? Like, don't kid yourself. This is what... It is down to his core. I will take care of you. You don't take care of me. It is down to his core. This is what I mean by it being wrapped around his sense of self.
Keep at it.
Even as I'm dying,
Through these double doors.
I don't want you to take care of me. I want to tell you I'm okay.
Here, lean on me.
No.
Well, can you walk?
Yes.
Then fucking walk.
Good for Ellie for being directive. Joel's gonna need that, right? Like, he needs her to tell him what to do. He can't think straight right now. If he has to think about her well-being and what he's gonna do... Come on. Come on.
A little bit more.
Come on.
Hey. Joel?
Behind you.
What?
Ellie.
The kid's got a gun.
He's in the gun.
Joel. Here, stand up. Put your arm around me. All right, let's go. I swear to God, I get you out of this. You're so singing for me.
You wish.
Wait here. I'll get the door.
Take your time.
Now we resort to humor as a coping mechanism. And that's okay.
Fuck. Oh, shit.
Come on.
Just get the horse.
All right. Can you get on?